every year, I should say that I'm on the Dasra board, and every year I look forward more and more to coming to this event, because not only is it packed, but it is so exciting to see the change year after year and the growth and the continued innovation. So I just want to make 4 points rather than summarizing the whole day. The first message that came out very strongly this morning is identify a problem. And here I want to pay a tribute to Dasra. Dasra is an organization that's really using its own convening power, its ability to bring together people to solve real life problems. And throughout the day, we saw examples of that. I think the second overriding theme that emerged, particularly from the discussion or the panel that I chaired, was that we have to use a gender lens in everything that we do. And that if we want to see changes that impact not just women and girls, but men as well in very fundamental ways, whatever we do, let's look at it from a gender lens, which means not just looking at women, but also looking at the men, looking at girls, but looking at the broader context within which that change has to take place. The second that emerged throughout the day was focus on impact. In fact, starting with the question of what is it that you're trying to change? What is it? What are the results that you want? What does success mean? On this, I would say what is important, although there was a lot of discussion on measures, there was a brilliant session at the beginning of the day. What's also important is to, once you're clear on what you measure, why you measure, and how you measure. What's really important is that to keep how you're going to use the information in mind, because it's very easy to collect lots and lots of information and drown in information and not use it. So minimum information needs, minimum evaluation needs. So, and that goes back to be really clear on how you're going to use the information. The third, which ends up with another I, is innovation. Brilliant sessions again. I think Lisa's session, and I know there was I'm sorry, I forget the other name, the session on tonic in terms of the changes that they went through, their ability to bring together and influence impact investors, and then this continuing evolution of the organizations themselves and the forms that they take is, again, a wonderful example, and I hope people will take advantage of the e-guide. Finally, coming back to Dasra, and I think the key message is action. Last year, at last year's conference, and before that, and the conference they had in Bangalore, identified 3 areas in terms of trying to scale up and multiply the impact, including identifying the need to mobilize domestic capital. The session that was held on the fund that was created, the Impact, Innovation, Economy Fund, was, I thought, just brilliant, particularly getting the young people who got grants was absolutely inspiring. Young men, young women, as was said, we didn't see this 10 years ago. This is a new way of thinking, new inspiration, getting out into the rural areas, getting out into the second tier, third tier cities to reach other young people. I think this is what's going to sort of change the world. Finally, after the morning sessions, the sessions this afternoon, I think the key messages are skilling. We're going to have 500 million young people who are going to be looking for jobs. I think that is really, really sobering. And if you look at the statistics, even those who graduate from college, and as you heard, 82% stop at school, even those who graduate from college, even those who graduate from engineering colleges, the statistics that in terms of their employability varies from 10 to 20%. So we have a major problem in education and a major need in terms of skilling. And we heard lots of innovations, both from big industrialists like Godrej. I thought his poem was what gives me hope that if he can do that, he can innovate, he can create. Finally, the session that we just heard in terms of new forms of capitalism, the issues that Charlie and Pradeep Pratik raised in terms of new forms of capitalism, and not just new forms of capitalism, but as impact grows, giving hope to the reality that the entire nature of our model of capitalism itself can change over time. When you start talking of billions of dollars, that indeed is no longer loose change. So I leave you with the issue of, if you have wealth, what does it mean? Thank you.